Hi, this is Shirley here from Blossoms on the Go. I would just like to wish all the lads the best of luck with the championships this year and hope they get on brilliant. Best of luck. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30. Just to let you know, here in Hermitage in Ennis, call us, check out our Facebook page for any contact.
Welcome to the second of the Senior Hurling Championship quarterfinals here live from Cusick Park, Ennis. We have ballyea v Kilmaley hoping to join 6 Mile Bridge in the pot on Monday night as one of the three guaranteed semi-finalists. Of course, the round 2 game between Airog and Cracklow is the 4th game of the weekend, so we'll have to await the quarter-final meeting of them when it comes around. Aina Kilnamona playing O'Callaghan's Mills in the final one of the quarter-finals tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. So Rory McGann just waiting for all substitutes now just to leave the field, and he'll get us underway here. So we'll watch now as Joe Mullins here just on the sideline is asking just both sets of mentors to please bib up so we know exactly who are the designated people allowed on both sidelines. Kieran O'Neill and Niall Romer have their bibs on at this side for Kilmaley, and at the far side Kevin Sheehan, the manager, and Barry Coffey are the two standing inside in the parallelogram for the ballyea lads. So game is underway now, and straight away the throwing goes, and it's won straight off there by Mikey O'Neill. Mikey trying to break through the tackles, but instead he's turned around, ball back as far as Tony Kelly. Tony coming up past midfield up towards the 65. He's been chased at the moment by 3 of the Kilmaley lads, plays it out over his head, over it goes there now as far as Daniel Kelly. Daniel Kelly gives the ball over to, the ball goes in, it travels to the left hand side as we look at it and just travels out wide. So first 30 seconds on the clock, and straight away now it is Sean Ryan with that long puck out, down it goes. He's hoping it breaks now as far as Conor Fanuc, and Conor with possession, he going forward. Conor is fouled, and this is going to prevent an opportunity now for Kilmaley to register their first score of the day through a free which was well worked and won there by Kilmaley. Keane Maloney wearing number 17. Keane is the man who's going to be trusted with this free taking opportunity. So as we look at it, he's probably just inside the 45 metre line. He's about 15 metres in off the sideline, and Keane is going to settle himself down over at the far stand-up side of the pitch as we look at it. So he bends, he lifts, he strikes. The ball is travelling in. Umpires are looking at it. They nod at each other, go for the white flag, and with exactly 1 minute 17 on the clock, it's 1 point for Kilmaley. It's no score for ballyea. Oisin Hennessy now in the ballyea goal gets us back underway. He delivers a long puck out here. Down it comes, dropping 30 metres away from the Kilmaley goal. In it goes as far as Conor Cleary. Conor picks up the ball and delivers it back straight away in towards Mikey O'Neill, but instead Jack Brown is the man that's there. Jack breaking out with the ball. He holds it in play, takes the third tackle there from Cahill Darcy, but Cahill tries to break it down, and he gives a bit of pushing and shoving there with Jack as we look at it. Cahill hits the ground then straight away afterwards, and referee Rory McGann says, look, let's just calm it down, let's just get on with the game. It's 1 minute 55 on the clock, it's 1 point to no score, and it's a line ball opportunity now for Kilmaley. As we say, Rory McGann just talking to his linesman here on the ground. So he's going to have a little word, I'd say, with Cahill Darcy and Jack. And as we look at it, he's looking around, so it looks like he's looking for Jack Brown. Indeed he is. So he's going to have a word with both of them. Jack is just making his way out now as we go, and he's going to have a quick chat, I'd say, ask him to calm things down. Look, nothing really in it, to be fair to both players. Ball goes out over the sideline, and we're going to restart here now with, actually, it's a ballyea line ball is what it is. It's number 14, which is Niall Deasy, of course. Niall is placing the ball. He's trying to get a good bit of turf to make sure he gets under the ball as he takes this, and he's standing now just inside his 65-metre line. Here he goes. Niall cuts that ball in on top of the square. It's travelling in towards Gary Brennan, but it travels all the way to Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan gathers the ball and he drives it down the far side of the field looking for Tom, and Tom breaks the ball down in front. Tom O'Rourke, the man in question, but he's under pressure from Brendan O'Donnell, and Brendan plays the ball back as far as Jack Brown. Jack swivels, turns and delivers it in low. Conor Cleary coming to retrieve that ball under pressure from Gary Brennan. He delivers it back now as far as his cornerback Kenneth Kennedy, and Kenneth delivers a long ball down to the far side of the field. Peter Casey going back. Peter gathers possession. He's breaking out through the tackles of the Kilmaley men, finds Jack Brown, and Jack again delivers a long ball down. Gary Brennan coming out, breaks the ball down in front of him under pressure from Kenneth Kennedy, and instead it's still Gary. He's still fighting away for possession. Tony Kelly coming off his step, but Conor Cleary gets in with a little flick just to make sure that the ball doesn't reach him, and it breaks as far as Tony. Is going to be a chop there just as Tony was trying to get in, and it's an opportunity now for Niall Deasy. 21 metres out, just on the edge of the D as we look at it, and it should be an easy tap over here for Niall Deasy. So we look at it, 4 minutes 5 seconds on the clock, one score for Kilmaley. It's no score whatsoever for ballyea, but that should be rectified here now in the next few seconds as we watch Niall just trot in to get the ball. He comes back out, as we say, onto the edge of the D, exactly 21 metres out from the goal, and Niall steadies himself up, and you can be sure, as he does, straight over the black spot. 1 point apiece here now, 4.5 minutes played, and a puck out comes from Sean Ryan down the side of the field, looking for Tom O'Rourke again. Tom is going up, he tries to get a flick on it, but the ball breaks down. It breaks as far as Mikey O'Neill. Mikey has possession, he wheels his way around and delivers a high ball in here now on top of the full forward line. Dara Keane is the man that's coming over for it. Dara has possession, shortens the grip in the stick, gets his shot off, and we watch for the umpire. Yes, it's a great score there from Dara Keane. Tight angle ball in here now on top of the full forward line. Dara Keane is the man that's coming over for it. Dara has possession, shortens the grip in the stick, gets his shot off, and we watch for the umpire. Yes, Oshin delivers a ball now, lying down here now, straight it went down on top of James Murphy, but it breaks behind to Niall Deasy. Niall now gets his opportunity. He's just coming under pressure from Conor Cleary. Conor puts enough pressure on him that he rushes his shot, and it travels across the field of goals out to the left hand side and travels wide as Sean Ryan again now picks up the ball. Sean is going to steady himself up. He's going to deliver that ball down here. Down it goes past the halfway line. Two ballyea men up for the one ball, and the ball breaks down as far as that man Darcy. Darcy loses his helmet, but he's adjudged to have been fouled in advance of that, and Cathal Darcy just gets his helmet to put it back on as he takes his time, and is going to allow Cian Maloney the opportunity just to make his way out here onto the halfway line roughly, and Conor Cleary was standing over it, but Cian says, no, you leave it to me and I'm going to have a go for it. So he looks over towards Niall Malone. He manages to get a few extra yards off the linesman there, and he is probably 68, 69 metres just out from the goals. You would expect him to have the distance from here, and he is pretty straight in terms of his direction. There goes the shot off. No problem whatsoever with distance. Absolutely no worries either with the accuracy. The ball travels over and Kilmaley extend their lead. 3 points to 1 now. Kilmaley, 6.5 minutes on the clock. Coshin starts us off again. He goes down the far side. He's coming down here now. The ball is broken down straight away by Brian Cahill. Brian broke it down. The ball comes as far as Cahill Darcy. Cahill gathers possession, plays a crossfield ball over on top of Tom O'Rourke, but Brendan O'Connell is the man that's there instead. Brendan is beaten for the ball by Mikey O'Neill. Mikey now gets a flick the hurley from Killian Brennan, but Killian just manages to get the ball out over the sideline. The ball travels for a Kilmaley line ball, which Mikey O'Neill has placed down straight away. He's looking for his options, cuts the ball straight across, looking for his corner forward inside, which is Mikey O'Malley, but Mikey lets the ball beat him, and instead it's the ballyea rear guard now that managed to get the ball clear here. As we look at it, it's James Murphy that's down over the ball. James trying to get that ball into the hand. He does. He takes on the fullback, which is Aidan McGuan, and the ball travels out. It travels through Paul Flanagan out over the sideline, and Cian Maloney places it down. He was looking for a quick line ball, but instead he's going to walk away. Mikey O'Malley is the man that's coming out. He's just 66 metres or so out from the goals as we look at it now at the moment, and Mikey is going to cut this ball in for ballyea. So his manager Kieran O'Neill just having a little word with him as the ball breaks, and it breaks off the hurley of Angus Keane, and it breaks as far as Niall DC. Niall is coming up to the 65 metre line, delivers a high ball in there on top, but the Kilmaley fullback is inside. Aidan McGowan with the ball in his hand. It's played here now as far as Mikey O'Malley. Mikey comes to the ball, he gathers possession, he beats 2-3 different ballyea men, plays it out as far as Cathal Darcy. Cathal Darcy now delivers a high ball in it goes on top. Is it going to hold up there for Derek Keane? Derek goes up, but it's batted down in front. It only breaks as far as Mikey O'Malley though. Mikey has advantage been played for him, so the opportunity to take the shot is there. Mikey does, but Rory McGinn wasn't happy that advantage was accruing. He'd blown his whistle, so we're going to come back, and we're going to come back for a free in now for Kilmaley. We're 8 minutes 20 seconds on the clock. 3 points for Kilmaley, 1 point for ballyea. Keane Maloney again, the man that's going to have an opportunity now just to extend the Kilmaley lead as we look at it. Rory McGann just walks back. He's happy now that Jack Brown is the requisite distance away from the ball. Keane Maloney now places the ball down, and Keane is going to steady himself, and you'd expect that he'll have no issue with this. Straight in front of the goals, about 27 metres out, and indeed white flag goes up, and ballyea extend their lead, or Kilmaley extend their lead over ballyea to 4 points to 1. 9 minutes on the clock. Oisin Hennessy, long puck out all the way around on top of the D. Gary Brennan is the man that's coming out, but it goes in over Gary's head, breaks behind, and Conor Cleary is waiting to mop it up. And Conor is adjudged to have taken too many steps with the ball, and it's going to be a free in now, and another opportunity for Niall DC just to settle ballyea down and put their second score of the board up. So Niall places the ball down, he's dead in front of the goals. The ball is bang smack on the tip of the D as we look at it now, and Niall, you would expect, is just going to tap this one over the bar, and he's going to register his second free of the day and ballyea's second point of the day. 4 points to Kilmaley, 2 points to ballyea. 9.5 minutes gone. The ball is in the hands of Sean Ryan at the moment, and Sean comes down the sit-down stand side of the field as we look at it. It's down on top of Tom O'Rourke again. It breaks in behind, and Jack Brown is the first man there to it. Jack gathers possession. He was looking for a push in the back, but the referee says one didn't come, and instead he plays as far as Angus Keane. Angus gets robbed of the ball by Mikey O'Malley, but Paul Flanagan is there to back him up, and Paul turns the ball back over for ballyea. Crossfield ball now, looking for Killian Brennan over here on the far side of the field. In it goes over his head. Out for the ball was coming Tommy Barry, but Tommy pulls in the ball. It hits off Killian Brennan's legs, travels out over the sideline, and Tommy is going to have an opportunity now to restart us here with a sideline ball just inside the Kilmaley half of the field as we look at it now. He's just going to place the ball down, and he's going to cut this ball in from, as we say, the halfway line, looking for runners as he does. He's still looking. He was looking for the options. They're not there, so here he goes. He just puts height and distance in the ball. It travels in over the full back line, and there's a bit of hesitation inside, but they're lucky through Peter Casey that they gather the ball, and ballyea carry the ball out. An advantage was being played for a little tip as Peter was carrying the ball out, so it's going to present an opportunity now for ballyea and for Oisin Hennessy just to put the ball down where he is on the 13 metre line, and he's going to deliver this free. Conor Cleary is waiting at the other end of the field, standing all on his own, so the ball goes down the far side away from where he is, but Cleary's making his way over towards it. Up goes Conor's hand, but it breaks down, and instead Tony Kelly nips in. Tony has it out over his shoulder, he goes, but that ball isn't going to come inside, and it goes to the right hand side, and it just drifts wide. So opportunity's gone for Tony there. And as we look at it, 11 minutes 25 seconds on the clock. 4 points for Kilmaley, 2 points for ballyea. Sean Ryan just waiting for his midfielder Cathal Darcy just to fix his helmet again, and he's not going to restart it until such a time as Cathal has made his way back out. So Sean makes his way back in towards the goals here at the moment, and he settles himself, and here he goes. He's going down the far side of the field, and it's down on top of Tom O'Rourke again. He's going, so ball breaking. Tom gets his hands to it. He gets there ahead of Brendan O'Connell, and Tom carries the ball. Tom, of course, he scored 2 goals in their victory the last day, hoping to get a good start here. He draws the foul, and Keane Maloney is going to have his latest opportunity to register his third point of the game from a free. So Jack Brown just keeping him company at the moment to make sure that he doesn't try anything cheeky or fast, and Rory McGann now asks Jack just to back away and allow Keane the opportunity to take this free. So 12 minutes 20 seconds on the clock. Kilmaley hoping to extend their lead to a 3 point lead as they are 4-2 at the moment, and this should be their 5th point of the day. Indeed, no doubt whatsoever with Keane's strike. It travels straight through the post and over the bar, and Kilmaley now out to a 5-2 lead. Oisin gets us underway straight down the side of the field. It's Gary Brennan is his intended target. Gary puts up the hand, down it comes, and it's going to be worked out here through Aidan McGowan. Aidan McGowan, he's a judge to have thrown the ball though, however, and it's going to be a free in now instead for Niall Deasy for that infraction by Aidan McGowan as he broke out with the ball. So it's going to be, I suppose, about 40 metres out from goals, maybe just a bit outside the 40 metre line, and he's only 3 or 4 metres in off the sideline at the moment as we look at it at the sit down side of the field here in Cusick Park. And Niall is going to settle himself down, and he'll hope to reduce the gap here now back to 2 points. So we watch Niall strike. It's looking like it's travelling straight across the face of goals. Umpires agree. They put up their hands, they wave it wide, and an opportunity gone there now for ballyea through that Niall DC free as Sean Ryan gets us back underway. And again, it's straight down here on top of that man Tom O'Rourke. He's underneath it. The ball breaks down, and it breaks as far as Jack Brown. Jack with the ball in his hand finds Angus Keane. Angus is carrying the ball forward, looking for options, shortens the grip, looks for Killian Brennan. Killian puts up the hand, but it breaks down, and it only breaks down as far as Brian Cahill. Brian Cahill finds Mikey O'Malley. Mikey plays it back there to Kenneth Kennedy. Kenneth, diagonal ball, looking inside for Keane Maloney, the man who's registered his 3 points from free so far. Keane taking on the defence as he is. He's a judge to have over carried again, and an opportunity now for ballyea just to relieve the pressure as we look at it. So Jack Brown has the ball. He puts it down, and Jack looking for options inside. He's got Gary Brennan, makes the run, and that's exactly where he's going for, straight down on top of Gary. Gary puts the hand to the ball, tried to work the shot, but off his shoulder came Tony Kelly. Tony drops the ball out of his hand. He balances himself again off his left hand side, travels in, and Tony, as only Tony can do, over his shoulder off the sideline, 40 yards out, but still straight over the bar. And it's now 5 points for Kilmaley, 3 points for ballyea. 14 minutes 45 on the clock. Puck out comes down. Tony breaks it down. He breaks it down as far as his wing back, which is Brendan O'Connell. Brendan coming forward. He finds Gary Brennan. Not actually, he finds Morgan Gary. Morgan Gary took it in, but his shot tamely drifts out over the sideline and drifts wide. And we just hit the 15-minute mark now as we watch for Rory McGann. Is he going to allow us another play? It looks like he is indeed. So Sean Ryan is looking for that ball now here again. Sean delivers it down the far side of the field as we look at it. He's looking for that man again. It's down on top of Tom O'Rourke. Does Tom have it? No. It's the man that's marking him, Brandon O'Connell, who breaks forward. He gives it as far as Tony. Tony being tracked all the way there by Owen Donlan, but Tony gets his strike off, and Tony replicates his opportunity there from a couple of minutes ago. Straight over the post again it goes, and ballyea are now back to within a point. 5 points for Kilmaley, 4 points for ballyea with 14 and a half minutes played, but we're going to keep going before the water break is called. A short puck out from Sean Ryan. It's caught straight away there by James Murphy, and James Murphy returns it with aplomb, and the tides are now level. So that 3 point gap that Kilmaley had just opened up with the free has been washed out. 2 scores from play by Tony Kelly, 1 from play from James Murphy there a minute ago, and as we go for the water break, it's 5 points apiece with 16 minutes on the clock. both teams just returning to the pitch now from their water break here. As we look at it, as we said, 5 points apiece is the score. It's ballyea 5, it's Kilmaley 5. We're heading towards the 18 minute as we look at it now, so that means we've had about 2 minutes there during that water break, making sure that we have a 32-minute half here as we go. So Sean Ryan with the ball in his hand, he's going to hope that he got better accuracy from this puck out than he had in the last one, which landed in the hands of James Murphy, and indeed he goes a bit longer, but Pierce Lillis was coming across. The ball breaks down. It's Brendan O'Connell who has possession. Brendan is under pressure there from Tom O'Rourke, tries to play it back, but the pressure is too much. The ball travels out. Keane Maloney, and Keane makes a run for the ball, but Cahill hadn't seen him. Instead he puts it in, but it goes over everybody's head except for the head of Jack Brown, and Jack steadies himself under no pressure and delivers that long ball down here now, down towards the stand side of the field. As we look, Aidan McGuan in possession. Aidan heading back towards his own goals. He's under pressure all the time and he kicks the ball forward, but Gary Brennan had read the move that was coming. He played the ball in, but a little flick by Tommy Barry makes sure that it breaks as far as Conor Cleary. Conor delivers the ball over to Tom O'Rourke now. Tom goes down, he goes over the ball, and he delivers a low ball down now in front of Mikey O'Neill. Mikey taking on Pierce Lillis as he goes, cuts across the 65, still in possession, delivers that ball in, looking for Derek Keane, touched inside by Peter Casey. Peter brings it down to himself, works it out and looks for Paul Flanagan with the offload. Paul still coming down the stand side of the field, being chased all the time by Mikey O'Malley, but he lays it off now, lays it off as far as James Murphy. James Murphy under pressure from Mikey O'Neill. Mikey gets the hook in, the ball breaks down and Murphy gets it back into his hand again. He played it back looking for Angus Keane. Angus is going to take possession. Jack Brown was coming as well, but Angus has it. Finds Paul Flanagan. Paul Flanagan tries to break out. Advantage been played now, says Rory McGowan, but pressure was put on there by Tom O'Rourke, and the pressure just a bit too much, says Rory McGann, and it's an opportunity now for Niall Deasy to make his way back just inside his own 65. Niall is going to put the ball down, and he's going to have an opportunity now to see if he can put ballyea in front for the first time in this game. So Niall places the ball down just outside the 65 metre line. He's looking for a, judging the breeze as he does, settles himself, and we'll watch now as Niall, at 5 points apiece, takes this one just inside the 65 following the lift. The distance is going to be no problem. The accuracy is definitely no problem. White flag goes up and ballyea go into a 6-5 lead with 20 minutes and a half on the clock. Long ball down now. It goes down looking for Aaron Maloney. Aaron goes up underneath the ball, but it breaks down. 3 ballyea players waiting for the break, but it's still there inside in the middle, and Rory McGann decides that it's getting too dangerous for the tussle to continue. The ball wasn't coming out, and we're going to restart now with a throw in instead from referee Rory McGann. So Rory, he awaits 2 players to show up in front of him. Tony Kelly is gone in from one side. James Maguire was the man that was in at the other side, and the ball breaks. Aaron Maloney gets a touch on the ball, it breaks through, and Aaron again. Aaron follows up that flick, he gets a second one. Now he has possession, he's looking up for that crossfield ball. He finds Tom O'Rourke. Tom settles himself, and Tom trails the ball straight over the bar under no pressure, just to tie us back up again here. 6 points each, 21.5 minutes played, and Oisin Hennessy now with the ball in his hand. Oisin has been going long all the time in this first half, and we'll expect something similar here. Killian Brennan is a target there on just on the tip of the D at the far side of the field, and down it goes, and it's going to be Niall Deasy. Niall falls though over 2 or 3 players, and it's instead in the hands of Tommy Barry. Tommy flicks it to Conor Cleary. Conor gets dispossessed there by Gary Brennan, and it breaks back as far as Tommy Barry again. Tommy in possession, he's fouled as he tries to make his way out, and ballyea now will have an opportunity just to relieve that pressure. Kennedy is going to leave it. He's going to leave it here now for Sean Ryan. So Sean, the goalkeeper, is just coming out. Joe Mullins here now just on the sideline telling him exactly where he wants the ball played, and Sean is going to deliver the ball straight down there on top of Cian Maloney. He goes up. Maloney has got the cut. He set up a score just seconds ago. Can he set up another one? Mikey O'Malley had the opportunity. He mishits the ball, and it travels all the way in as far as Oisin Hennessy. Oisin plays it as far as Peter Casey. Peter steadies himself, and he delivers that ball down on top of Gary Brennan. The ball is going to break in behind. Gary is going after it. Conor Cleary is coming across. Gary gets there first. He gets a flick on the ball. It breaks here inside. It's in the hands now of Tig Lynch. I'd say Tig has the shot. Umpires adjudge it to have travelled to the right hand side and travelled wide, and back in the hands of Sean Ryan. Sean steadies himself, he delivers it to Aidan McGuan. Aidan, under no pressure whatsoever, carries the ball out. He's coming towards the 65 as he steadies himself, delivers it long. He's looking for his runners inside. The man that was running for it was Keane Maloney, but Keane is dispossessed inside by Conor Beck, which is Brian Carrick. Brian plays it back to Jack Brown. Jack delivers a ball down, but there's no one there except for Aidan McGuan and Conor Cleary. They have a small bit of a chat even to decide who goes for it. Cleary picks it up. He then in turn finds that man McGuan, and they deliver it in as far as Conor Finucane, and Conor delivers a long ball down, which is now in the possession of Aaron Maloney. Aaron gets his shot off, but it's not going to carry the distance. Instead it drops inside for ballyea goalkeeper now, Oisin Hennessy. Oisin delivers that long ball all the way down on top of the square. Niall Deasy is there. Niall gets up ahead of Conor Cleary. He breaks it down as far as Tadhg Lynch, but Tadhg's shot again drifts to the right hand side and goes wide, and the score remains with 23 minutes 45 on the clock. 6 points for Kilmaley, 6 points for ballyea, and a puck out now just coming from Sean Ryan as we look at it. So Sean's puck out is coming. It's Tom O'Rourke that went up under the ball. He broke it down as far as Mikey O'Neill. Mikey trying to win the ball on the ground. He's under pressure now from Jack Brown. Jack isn't going to let him up. Instead Jack takes the ball. He finds Angus Keane. Angus shortens the grip. He delivers that ball in. He was hoping to find Niall Deasy on the way out, but instead it's the Kenneth Kennedy is the man in possession, and Kenneth delivers a crossfield ball. He's looking for Aaron Maloney, breaks as far as Pierce Lillis. Pierce gets his shot off. It's going to have the distance. It looks like it might even have the accuracy. It does indeed, and Pierce registers his first of the day. 7 points now for Kilmaley, 7 points for ballyea, 6 points for Kilmaley, and 24.5 minutes on the clock. Sean Ryan in possession, settles himself down. He's going to go along again. Tom O'Rourke is looking for the ball here down in front, so it's down between Tom now and Angus Keane, and we watch the ball drop. It drops out of the hands of both of them, and it breaks as far as Keane. Keane carries it. He finds Gary Brennan taking on Tommy Barry. He's got Tony Kelly going off his shoulder all the time. Tony keeps going as Gary gets into a scoring position, shortens the grip and the stick, and Gary takes the opportunity himself to register his first of the day. ballyea extending their lead out from 8 points to 6 now. 25 minutes played. Sean Ryan takes his time. He's in no hurry. ballyea playing with the breeze at the moment, and he's going to take every opportunity just to settle things down. And here comes Sean now. He settles it. He's going to deliver it down the far side. Mikey O'Neill is the man that's looking for it, and it's not even, it reaches him actually. Mikey has possession. He gathers it at the halfway line. He strikes it in. Jack Brown goes across. Jack goes up into the air. He gets hooked as he does, and the ball breaks again as far as O'Neill. Mikey has it. Mikey delivers a crossfield ball, this time looking for Dara Keane inside. Dara and Keane Casey. Dara B gets inside him. Dara, here's the opportunity for Dara, and he makes no mistake, and Dara Keane registers their first goal in Cusick Park here today. It's 1-6 now for Kilmaley. It's 8 points for ballyea. Kilmaley back into the lead. 25.5 minutes played. A great catch there by Dara Keane in front of Peter Casey. He got inside him, shortened his grip, and he made no mistake whatsoever with the finish. Dara Keane, 2 goals in the last round, another one in this round. Danger galore when that man gets the ball, and he made sure he finished it into the roof of the net when the opportunity presented itself. Rory McGann now makes his way back out after having a quick chat there with Oisin Hennessy. Obviously, the umpires weren't happy with how Oisin approached Dara as he came in with that opportunity, but puck out goes as we go. 1-6 to 8 points. Kilmaley back in front. The ball breaks as far as James Maguire. He put the hand down for the ball, but referee says he didn't touch it on the ground. We play on. Tom O'Rourke takes possession. Under pressure there. There's a chop by James Murphy across him, and that's an opportunity now for Kilmaley, and it's going to be Mikey O'Malley who makes his way out from corner forward, and he's going to take this opportunity now himself, and he's going to hope to, I suppose, extend the Kilmaley lead out to 2 points. 2 points behind only a matter of a minute ago, but now it's an opportunity, and Mikey has actually been told by the management, leave it to Conor Cleary instead. So Conor standing on his own 65, he's looking inside. It doesn't look like Conor is going to go for the score, but he actually is. He delivers it high into the air, but the accuracy is not in the shot. It goes to the left hand side, it goes wide, and Oisin Hennessy starts us again. Quick puck out down on top of Gary Brennan. Gary up in front. Ball breaks behind him. Tommy Barry, the man who made sure it did, and it breaks as far as Kenneth Kennedy. Kenneth gets the ball. He delivers it down the centre. Broken down by Tony Kelly as far as Pierce Lewis. Pierce gets inside the tackle there of what was Cathal Darcy's, but the shot is going to hold up in Pierce, and Sean Ryan is going to take possession. He finds his man Kenneth Kennedy, and Kenneth delivers that long ball down here atop of Jack Brown. So Jack Brown goes up into the air. He gathers possession. He's looking for the free as he's working his way out, but the referee is happy with the tackling of Tom O'Rourke. Back it goes as far as that man Brown again, but this time there's a leg out from Mikey O'Neill, and it's an opportunity now for Jack to just put the ball down, and we watch as we see Niall Deasy start to make his way from the full forward line all the way out here now, and Niall is going to have an opportunity to put the ball over the bar, and at 1-6 to 8 points, it's a 1 point game here now at the moment. This is an opportunity for the game to be levelled by ballyea and by Niall Deasy. Niall Deasy delivers that ball in. It goes to the right hand side and it goes wide. And so we look at the clock. We got 28 minutes 50 seconds on it, and it's 1-6 to Kilmaley. It's 8 points to ballyea. Sean Ryan with the ball in his hand, and he gets ready to restart us again, where we have, I suppose, at least 3 minutes to play because of our water break, possibly a small bit more. Ball is delivered down, and where's it going to break? It breaks. Jack Brown falls down as he tries to gather possession, but it's falling into the hands now of Niall Deasy. Niall Deasy coming inside the 65. He getting past Aaron Maloney. The hand is up from the referee as he's looking at it at the moment. Advantage is over as Niall loses possession, but he'll run out of time, and the ball is turned over here as far as Cathal Darcy. Cathal Darcy plays it down. He's looking for the run of Mikey O'Malley inside. Mikey O'Malley against Paul Flanagan. Paul gives him a little shoulder as they both go for the ball, and that is enough for make sure that the ball makes its way as far as Gary Brennan. Gary, low ball now down inside in front of Kelly. Tony comes out onto that stand-up side of the field where we've seen him score 2 great points. He decides this time that he doesn't need to take the opportunity. He plays it to Gary Brennan. Gary gives it in. A shot, a goal! What a finish there by Morgan Gary. A great pass over from Tony Kelly as far as Gary Brennan. Gary carried it in under no pressure. Gave it to Morgan Gary. Morgan Gary 21 yards out, and he blasted the ball into the bottom corner of the net. So that changes the reflection of the scoreline. It's now ballyea 1-8. It's Kilmaley 1-6 as ballyea go back into a 2 point lead, and here comes another opportunity for that man. Morgan Gary just scored a goal seconds ago. He's taken on Cathal Darcy. He's still in possession. He holds it up. He plays it back as far as Pierce Lillis. Pierce Lillis gets his shot off, but it's going to drift across the face of goals, and it's going to drift wide. And Sean Ryan again now with an opportunity. 30.5 minutes played. He's going to restart us here as he's looking for options. He's settling it down. He's taking his time. Here comes the ball back down here to sit down side of the field again as we look at it, and it's Tom O'Rourke that's up. Tom breaks the ball down. He was looking for it for Mikey O'Neill, who's in possession. Mikey delivers it in, looking for O'Malley. Mikey O'Malley breaks it down in front of Paul Flanagan. Under pressure from Paul Flanagan all the time. He plays that hand pass, looking for Cian Maloney. Cian gets into a scoreable position, and Cian decides that a scorer opportunity was there. Over the bar it goes. 1-8 for ballyea, 1-7 for Kilmaley. 31 minutes played, and Oisin Hennessy gets us back underway again. Straight it goes down on top of Niall Deasy. Niall juggling for position underneath it, and he has it. Hand is up for advantage, and Niall is going to have an opportunity just to extend the lead back out to 2 points as we hit the 31.5 minute clock here in Cusack Park in Ennis in the second of the Senior Hurling Championship quarter-finals for 2020. 6 Mile Bridge, of course, in the pot already for a semi-final. They'll be joined by the winner of this game, as well as the Ina Kilmona O'Callaghan's Mills game, and then we'll have to wait a week or two more to find out who that fourth and last semi-finalist is, as Niall Deasy places the ball straight over the black spot, and he extends that lead back out to 2 points. 1-9 to 1-7 we are, and Sean Ryan now in possession. Sean steps back. He's going to deliver that long ball down. Down it goes. He's looking for Dara Keane, but referee Rory McGann decides enough is enough, and he blows the half-time whistle here in Cusack Park. 1-9 for ballyea, 1-7 for Kilmaley, and we'll be back for the second half.
We are open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30. Just to let you know, here in Hermitage in Ennis, call us, check out our Facebook page for any contact.
Both sides just making their way now back into their positions as we get ready for the second half. ballyea leading by 1-9 to 1-7 as we look at it. And we just wait as the referee is the last man who's going to enter the field. His 4 umpires just crossing the white line at the moment, making their way to their respective goals. And we'll just wait for Rory McGann and his linesmen now just to come out. So he's waiting and wants to make sure the sidelines are clear as we do. And the television isn't ready, Alan. We have to wait for the television, said Rory McGann. He's not ready. Both sides just going back again. They have 4. There's another 4 minutes. Okay, Rory, we'll wait another 4. Take 2 now as we look at it. So ballyea have 1 sub gone in there, number 18, and number 18 is Marty O'Leary. Marty has gone into corner forward, and looking out and about, it looks like it is Tig Lynch who's made way. Tig number 15 on the ballyea team. So number 18, Marty O'Leary, plays his football with Kilmaley, and he's gone inside corner forward for the ballyea team now for the second half. Kilmaley appear to be lining out as they did at the end of the first half, so no changes on their team. Rory McGann now has got to go ahead from RTE, and we're going to restart again. So Pierce Lillis and Cahill Darcy squaring up to each other here as we look at it, waiting for that ball to be thrown in, and Rory McGann gets his watch going, and the ball is going to be thrown in. No, he's going to send the 2 of them back again, and he'd be better off just to throw in the ball and get it going before something happens, and that's exactly what he does in the hands of Conor Finucane. Conor though can only find Brendan O'Connell. Brendan breaks out, plays that ball into the new man Marty O'Leary. Marty runs out over the ball, and it's Conor Cleary who gets back. Conor under pressure from Marty. Marty gets a flick on the ball, it breaks to Niall Deasy. Niall Deasy now trying to engineer his latest scoring opportunity, gets his shot off. We watch for the umpires nod at each other, they're happy with it, and ballyea now for the first time in the game are 3 points in front. 1-10 for ballyea, it's 1-7 for Kilmaley. Puck out coming from Sean Ryan, off down here to sit down stand of the field. He's looking for Dara Keane. Dara goes up under the ball with Peter Casey. Dara wins possession, he finds Aaron Maloney. Aaron plays the ball in, Mikey O'Neill goes to ground, and Brendan O'Connell is going to be spoken to here for that challenge. So it is Brendan, he's getting his name put into the book. A yellow card there for Brendan O'Connell, and Mikey O'Neill, the man who's just going to receive a bit of attention following that collision. And Kilmaley, through Cian Maloney, will have an opportunity now to just reduce the gap from 3 points to 2. ballyea 1-10, Kilmaley 1-7, 1 minute 10 seconds on the clock. Rory McGann is going to take his time. He's going to give every opportunity there for Mikey just to get back on his feet. As he has done, Mikey makes his way back towards the centre forward position as we look at it, and Kilmaley now places the ball down on the ground. He's 25 yards out, straight in front of the goals, and you would expect here that Keane is going to tap that ball, as he does, straight over the black spot. 110 for ballyea, 1-8 for Kilmaley, 1 minute 40 seconds on the clock in the second half here of the second of the Clare Senior Hurling Championship quarter-finals. Long ball down, Gary Brennan the intended target. Gary receives it, here he comes through the centre now. Tony Kelly goes off on his shoulder, but Gary keeps going himself, shortens the grip on the stick, and Gary, in the space of blink of an eye, shortens the grip, puts it over the bar, and it's back to 3. 111 for ballyea, 1-8 for Kilmaley. Long puck out coming down to the far side of the field. Keane Maloney is there. Keane wins possession, and Keane is trying to get inside 2-3 different ballyea players as we look at it. The ball still in Keane's possession. He's still trying to work it, but the ball is going to break down now, and over goes Brandon O'Connell. But it comes here now as far as Aaron Maloney. Aaron Maloney settles himself. He gets his strike off, and the umpires say yes, straight over the bar. A score there by Aaron Maloney, and ballyea are going to restart us through Oisin Hennessy now with this puck out. It's 2-point game as it is again. 111, 1-9. 2 minutes 45 on the clock. Tony Kelly the target. Tony receives that ball, gets it inside. Aaron was trying to get the hook in there, but he couldn't. But he got enough pressure on Tony, and the ball just drifts to the left hand side and just drifts wide. And Sean Ryan has possession in his hand again here now. So Sean steadying his way back. He's going to deliver a long ball down inside the 65, but two ballyea players are backing up. Neither of them call for the ball, and the ball breaks down. Angus Keane, the man that was trying to win possession, but Mikey O'Neill is in there. Mikey is looking for the ball. Mikey O'Malley now comes to join him, and Mikey O'Malley is the man in possession. Bounces it off the ground, back into his own hand. Crossfield ball, over it goes as far as Keane Maloney. Keane Maloney now coming under pressure there from Brian Carrick all the time. Keane is whittling his way around. He gets his strike off, but a half block on it is going to hold up for Oisin Hennessy. Oisin gathers the ball. He's coming out past his own 21, lays it off to Paul Flanagan. Paul gathering the ball, plays it over as far as Brian Carrick. Brian Carrick with possession now. He's looking in towards the centre, and Jack Brown is the man who gathers it. Jack looking down the wing. He's going to deliver that long ball down on top of Gary Brennan. Gary and Brian Cahill. Brian Cahill breaks it down. Cahill Darcy nips in for Kilmaley, wins possession. He plays it over now, and Aidan McGuan delivers it into Dara Keane. Can Dara win it in front again? He does, but he decides the opportunity was there to take on his men, but he decides on this occasion that a point will be enough, and he reduces it down. 111 for ballyea, 110 for Kilmaley. Oisin Hennessy with the ball in his hand, and he's getting ready now to restart us again. Down the sit-up side of the field, down towards Tony Kelly. Tony goes up there with James Maguire. James breaks it down. He breaks it as far as Mikey O'Neill. Mikey plays it in low, but Paul Flanagan reads it all the way, and the ballyea full-back is the man that's coming out with possession. Plays it down here now on top of the goal scorer from the first half, Morgan Gary, but Mikey O'Neill coming back to help out all the time. Mikey with possession. He plays it in again, looking for Dara Keane. Dara Keane up against Peter Casey. The ball breaks towards the sideline now. Here it is, Dara Keane on the sideline, 15 yards out as we look. Crossfield ball, looks for the hands of his wing forward Tom O'Rourke. Tom O'Rourke takes possession and gets his opportunity to register his second score of the game. So 111 now for ballyea, 111 for Kilmaley. 5 minutes into the second half here, and we're all square in the second of the Clare Senior Hurling Championship quarter-finals. Oisin Hennessy with ball in hand. He's going to take his time now, and he's going to deliver that ball down on top of Gary Brennan again. It's Gary who's coming out underneath it. Up he goes, but it's broken down, and it's broken down as far as James Murphy. James has possession. He's coming through the centre, shortened the grip. He's looking for runners. He finds the gap. The gap was for Killian Brennan, but Killian just couldn't hold on to the ball. Hits the ground, and Cahill Darcy nips in for Kilmaley. Gives it out as far as Brian Cahill, and Brian Cahill delivers a long relieving clearance down towards Dara Keane. Dara Keane and Peter Casey in a battle for possession. Casey wins it, and he's hitting the ball up here now as far as Killian Brennan. Killian, who had that opportunity only seconds ago, if he was able to catch that offload from James Murphy. He's still in possession though. He's huddled up, and Morgan Gary has it now. Morgan plays the ball. He was looking for Pierce Lillis, but Niall Deasy is the man who gets possession. Niall plays it out as far as Pierce now, and Pierce is on a run again. Here he comes in through. Tony Kelly is off his side if he looks for it, but he doesn't need him. He takes the opportunity himself, and Pierce registers his second score of the game. It's 6 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock. 112 for ballyea, 111 for Kilmaley. And Sean Ryan now with this puck out opportunity. Down it goes, down at top of the half back line, and Jack Brown was coming to gather it, but it breaks for Brian Carrick. Brian Carrick gives it to his full back Paul Flanagan. Paul plays it over now across towards James Murphy. James with possession delivers a crossfield ball in. He was looking for Martin O'Leary, but Martin is held up inside by Aidan McGowan. Aidan McGowan gets fouled after winning possession by Marty, and an opportunity now for Aidan just to put down the ball and relieve the pressure. So Kilmaley getting ready now with Aidan Griffey. Aidan Griffey is here on the sideline. Niall Malone is telling Rory McGann the subs is coming on the way. So here it goes, number 19 Aidan Griffey makes his way into the Kilmaley team. He's heading towards the forwards, and indeed he is. He's going in there now around the centre forward position as we look at it, and coming off is Conor Finucane, number 22, who was in midfield. There was Conor. So Griffey is actually making his way out towards the middle of the field as we look at it now, as Conor Finucane is the man that makes way. Opportunity for Sean Ryan. The ball is delivered from that free all the way in. It's going to hold up inside, is it? No, it's not. It goes over the head of Cian Maloney and drifts out over the inline and drifts wide. And Oisín Hennessy now has possession. Oisín stands back. 7.5 minutes on the clock. ballyea in the lead by 1 point as we look at it. Here comes Oisín. Stands back. Long delivery down on top of Gary Brennan again. Gary is looking for it. Tony Kelly is all around, and there Tony is to win that break. Off he gets it onto his left hand side. Tony delivers it in, and Tony doesn't miss from that range with no pressure. So ballyea 113, Kilmaley 111, and a 2 point lead again for ballyea. Angus Keane breaks it down. Mikey O'Neill goes to ground, but Tony Kelly is the recipient of the ball. Under pressure there from James Maguire. Tony gets his shot off. It's going to drift across the face of goals, is it? Oh, inside was Martin O'Leary, but referee Rory McGann says he was in before the ball, and it's going to be an opportunity now through Sean Ryan to take this free for a square ball inside. Okay, Mikey O'Neill is still down as we look at it here, and he's just receiving some attention again following the challenge from that puck out earlier in the play, but instead it's looks to be just a knock in the back for Mikey as he's down receiving attention. It's 8 minutes 40 seconds on the clock. It's 111 for ballyea. It's 113 for ballyea. It's 111 for Kilmaley. 2 points in it as we look at it now here at the moment. Mikey resumes his position again. He's making his way. Tony Kelly is following him all the way to make sure that there's no quick free. And Sean Ryan now has this opportunity to deliver the ball with the breeze at his back. Down it comes in front of Dara Keane. Dara is coming out to attack the ball. It bounces, but it just bounces away from him, and James Murphy picks up possession, looks back for Jack Brown. Jack steadies himself up and he delivers a crossfield ball, which Brian Cahill is the first man to read. Under pressure from Gary Brennan. Gary gets a flick on it. It stays in play, but he just can't do enough to get it in, and an opportunity now for Kilmaley just to relieve the pressure as we look at it. Brian Cahill is the man that's heading over to take it. Just outside their own 65 metre line as we look at it. Brian is going to place the ball down, and he's going to take this line goal. He cuts it in towards Mikey O'Malley, but Paul Flanagan was first to read it. Paul is down over that ball. He breaks out as he comes with the ball. Advantage being played all the time for Paul, and he's going to go back now, and it's going to be a free opportunity now just for ballyea to relieve pressure. Jack Brown, the man in possession, he's been told exactly where to put that ball down, and Jack is going to just settle himself down. He places the ball in the position where he's told. He stands over it. Tony Kelly, hand up in the air. He's looking for the ball all the time. He's telling Jack where he wants it, and where he wants it is into the corner, down on top of two, so the ball will break down. It does break, but it breaks as far as Martin O'Leary. Martin settles himself. He gets his shot off. It looks good here from our point, but no, it just didn't come inside, and the ball goes to the right hand side and goes wide. Another opportunity just kind of begging for ballyea. 111 to 113. They still lead it here with 10.5 minutes played. Puck out down on top of Jack Brown, and Jack goes up, but he's not going to get there. Instead, Mikey O'Malley is the man in possession. Mikey has his shot, but it's curling all the time, and it curls to the near post and just curls wide. Oisín Hennessy again in possession. Oisín is going to take his time. He's going to deliver his puck out now. Killian Brennan is a man that looks like he's going to be a target. His brother Gary comes here to this side of the field, and Gary is going to be actually the man that the ball is going to drop down, and so it's down there it goes. Gary breaks it, Tony Kelly nips in, Tony has possession, coming up the sideline side of the field as we look at it, just off the sideline, Tony straight off the Hurley, but this one isn't going to travel across the face of goals, and it's going to go wide at the near post. Another opportunity maybe that, if the ball was used better, could have resulted in a ballyea score. But we look at it here now. Ball goes down, goes out over the sideline, and goes for Paul Flanagan. And Paul is going to just place the ball down. He was looking for the quick one. It's not there. Instead, Jack Brown is going to make his way over. And Jack is going to place the ball now just down inside the line as we look at it. He's about 40 yards out from his own goals. So Jack is looking for options. He's taking this line cut into the breeze, up into the air it goes. It's going to hold up in front of number 13, which is Morgan Gary. Morgan breaks the ball down to Gary Brennan. Gary Brennan at his third point of the day registers 1:14 for Ballyea, 1:11 for Kilmaley, 12 minutes on the clock. Sean Ryan again just steps back. Sean is standing in the pocket now as we go, and he's going to deliver a long ball down here, all the way down. It's going looking for Dara Keane on the 21 metre line inside at the other side of the field. Broken down. It's broken down as far as the Ryan Griffin, or as far as Aidan Griffey. Aidan Griffey is the new man in for Kilmaley there, just inside in the corner, but ball taken off him by Brendan O'Connell, and Brendan is working his way out with the ball, looking for options. He looked for Paul Flanagan, but it breaks down. Brendan is back in over the ball, but again, it's a tussle for possession. It's still there to be won by either side. A shoulder inside by looked like Aaron Maloney inside by the Kilmaley wing forward. Rory McGenna judges that it was a shoulder into the back, and that's going to provide an opportunity for Oisin Hennessy just to come out and relax himself, and he's going to deliver his free back down again from here. Oisin Hennessy down the side of the field he goes, looking for Gary Brennan. Gary up against Brian Cahill again. Gary breaks it down in front of himself. Now he stops, he goes to roll lift the ball. Cahill Darcy goes in on top of his back, and it's an opportunity now for Niall Deasy, who's going to make his way out onto the sideline, 66 or so metres out from goal. And this will be a latest opportunity and a first opportunity for Ballyea to extend their lead over that one score margin. So if Niall can take this opportunity, it'll put him into a 4-point lead. Currently standing with 13.5 minutes played, 1:14 to 1:11. And Niall is going to settle himself down now, as we say. He's on the sideline at the far side of the field. He's about 66 metres out from goal, so you wouldn't expect the distance is a problem for Niall, but it's whether or not he can bring the ball in this difficult conditions. Indeed he can't. It goes across the face of goals, out to the left hand side and goes wide. And Sean Ryan now has an opportunity to get us underway. Sean with a quick puck out, but it's only going to come to Pierce Lillis. He was looking for Mikey O'Neill, but Pierce wins it. He gives it as far as Gary Brennan. Gary has 3 of them already. He adds to his tally with number 4. And now indeed Ballyea do extend their lead out to 4 points. 1:15 for Ballyea, 1:11 for Kilmaley. 14 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock. A long puck out this time from Sean Ryan. Straight down to the wing here as we look at it. Up went Aaron Maloney, and the ball broke as far as Keane Maloney. Keane is there inside, he's battling, it comes back out as far as Aaron. Aaron goes into the tackle, Jack Brown in, Angus Keane try to hold him up. He gives it back as far as Keane, and it looks like it's travelling straight between the post and Keane Maloney. Hard work scored, very well executed by Keane Maloney, and we're back to 3 points, 1:15 to 1:12, 14.5 minutes played. Quick puck out from Oisin Hennessy as far as Jack Brown. Jack shortens his grip and he's coming looking for Brian Carrick. Brian gets turned over there by Mikey O'Malley, and the ball is now there to be won on the ground. There's 3-4 players from each side just in. Who's going to come out with the ball? Peter Casey tries to go down over it. Instead the ball is still inside. It doesn't look like it's coming out of there. The referee is happy for play to go on to see if somebody can win it, but at the moment it's no, and Rory McGann decides enough is enough. We're going to throw in the ball, and he waits now for the 2 players to just separate out in front of him. So here we are. Pierce Lillis is the man for Ballyea. Pierce steps aside, he lets Brendan O'Connell go in. Brendan goes into it, but again it's another melee, but it's Aidan Griffey now, that man that's just been introduced. Aidan plays the ball over as far as Mikey O'Neill. Mikey has possession, but he comes under pressure from Pierce Lillis. A block down from Pierce Lillis comes as far as Jack Brown. Jack Brown delivers a long ball, which Martin O'Leary is going looking for. Over comes Aidan McGuan. Aidan McGuan cuts it out for Kilmaley here in the full back line, and he gives it as far as his cornerback Tommy Barry. Tommy carries the ball out. He tries to get past Niall Deasy, Deasy. Niall Deasy is blown for a frontal challenge on Tommy, and it's an opportunity now for Kilmaley to get that ball back in around the house. Dara Keane is standing inside on his own on the edge of the small square. There's nobody at all within 40 yards of him. So if they're going in, you're going to expect it's going to be a high ball in top of Dara, but instead they take their time, and it's going to be a crossfield ball in over the head of Mikey O'Malley. Mikey was the one that was coming out. Two ballyea players go up for it. It was Angus. James Murphy is coming out with the ball. James has possession, followed by Tom O'Rourke, but James gets the ball down as far as Aidan McGuan at the other side, and Aidan mops it up again for Kilmaley. Here he is looking for an offload to Conor Cleary. Advantage was being played for a tackle on Aidan, and we're going to go back now, and we're going to go back for that free, which Aidan McGuan was adjudged to have been pulled back as he was coming out with the ball, and because of that, Conor Cleary now is going to have an opportunity just to put the ball back. He puts it down, and Rory McGann makes his way towards the other side of the field as he waits for Conor Cleary. Steps up over that. He's roughly 45 metres out from his own goals. The ball is going to hang inside. Dáisín Hennessy came off his line. He didn't win it, but it broke behind to where the experienced Jack Brown was waiting. Jack delivers that ball down on top of Gary Brennan and Brian Cahill. The ball travels out over the sideline. Niall Malone, the linesman on this side, says that neither player touched it, so it's going to be Brian Cahill now to cut that ball in towards the centre. He was looking for Mikey O'Malley, but Paul Flanagan is there ahead of him. Ball breaks down, and it breaks to Pierce Lillis. Pierce gets the ball into his hand. He carries it out. He lays it out now over as far as Brendan O'Connell. Brendan brings it outside his 65. First time in, straight in. Sorry, Martin O'Leary. Martin gets out in front of the ball, plays it as far as Tony Kelly. Tony just does a little swivel of the hips straight off the left hand side, but the ball is going to travel across the face of goals, and it's going to travel wide. And Rory McGann decides with 17 and 3/4 minutes played, we're going to stop for our last water break of the day. It's 1:15 for ballyea, it's 1:12 for Kilmaley, and we'll be back to you in a minute.
Hi, this is Shirley here from Blossoms on the Go. I would just like to wish all the lads the best of luck with the championships this year, and hope they get on brilliant. Best of luck.
One change here now as we look at it on the Kilmaley team. Kilmaley number 9, Padraig McNamara, who was named to start, comes on, and it's Mikey O'Malley who's making his way off the field. So two subs now as well for ballyea. Aaron Griffey and Joe Nealon have both entered the fray, and we'll just keep an eye out and we'll see as we go with regards to who has come off. It's gone in corner forward. Aaron Griffin now at the moment. Aaron is inside. He's been picked up there by Tommy Barry inside in the full forward line. And we get back underway. Just 20.5 minutes on the clock. It's a 3-point game here now as we try to see who will be the second side into the pot for the semi-final draw on Monday night here for the Clare Championship. Ball travels out. It travels out over the sideline. And Niall Malone, who's over there, Niall, who refereed it's actually Joe Mullins who's over that side. Niall is on our close side. Joe judges that Conor Cleary got a touch on the ball before it crossed the line, and Tony Kelly now is going over to see if he can possibly cut this one over the bar. I think that's what would be in his mind. He's 45 metres out, but he is into the breeze, so will he be able to? No, he puts it up in front of Niall DC. Niall gets a hurley to it. It breaks down. It breaks down to that new man there, which is Aaron Griffin. Aaron gets his shot off. It's going to travel over the bar, and Aaron Griffin makes a instant impact for the ballyea team, and he registers his score with his first touch of the ball. 116 for ballyea, 112 for Kilmaley. 21.5 minutes played, and puck out from Sean Ryan coming down the far side of the field. Here it comes. Dara Keane is the man who's gone up underneath it. Ball breaks down behind Dara, and Jack Brown comes across. Jack sweeping up as Jack does. He gathers the ball and delivers a long ball down. He was hoping for Aaron Griffin to be moving, but instead the only one reading the play was Tommy Barry. Tommy has possession, delivers it straight in now on top of the full forward line, but Paul Flanagan is the man inside. Paul carrying that ball out, shortens his grip. He was trying to find Gary Brennan, but Mikey O'Neill had him read all the way, and Mikey has his opportunity, but it travels here in the wind, and it goes to the right hand side and it goes wide. And Oisin Hennessy now is slowing the pace of the game right down as ballyea try and control these last 10 minutes of the game. 116 to 112. We've 22 minutes and a half played. We have at least 32 minutes in these new halves due to the water breaks, and the puck out comes to Tony Kelly. Tony gets inside James Maguire. Is he going to go all the way? No, he decides that at this stage with a 4-point lead it's better to just take our opportunities as they present themselves. He taps the ball over the bar, and it's 117 for ballyea, it's 112 for Kilmaley. We're 22 minutes 40 seconds on the board. Long puck out down looking for Keane Maloney, but back goes Brendan O'Connell. Brendan broke it down. Tom O'Rourke tries to get the ball into his hand, but he fails to do so, and the ball bobbles around, and it bobbles there as far as Peter Casey, the ballyea cornerback. Peter carrying the ball out beyond his own 65, beyond his own midfield, inside the 65 on the other side, inside the 45, plays it to Killian Brennan. Killian has possession, gets inside Conor Cleary. He's looking to lay it off. He lays it off to Aaron Griffey. Aaron Griffey with a shot. It's off the post, I think, is where he came back off the crossbar. An opportunity there for Aaron Griffey possibly to finish the game if he could. The ball doubled on there by James Maguire, but referee Rory McGuinn judges that the ball was not there to be pulled on, and he calls James Maguire towards him, and he's going to issue him now with a yellow card, which he does, and it's going to be a free in now, and we'll watch and see. Yes indeed, Niall DC is slowly making his way out towards the ball, so Niall is going to take this free. He's I suppose about 67 metres out from the Kilmaley goal, and this will be an opportunity now to open up a 5-point lead between the sides for the first time in the day. Niall is told where to place the ball down, so he just picks it up. He takes his customary step or two just inside the mark that he was shown, but Joe Mullins is happy enough with exactly where he's put the ball, and this is going to provide Niall now, as we say, with an opportunity. Just 24 minutes 10 seconds on the clock. Indeed, he's just nearly on the 65 as he struck it. It's travelling inside the posts, and over the bar it goes, and ballyea extend their lead out to 118 to 112. 5 points, 6 points now in the game. 118 to 112. 24.5 minutes gone. Ball comes as far as Cahill Darcy. Cahill breaking through the 65. He's been faced by Peter Casey, chased by Pierce Lillis, but he works the ball here as far as Tom O'Rourke. Tom got a little tackle as the ball came in, and it breaks only as far as Jack Brown. Jack drops the ball into the ground under pressure for Aaron Maloney. He gives it back as far as Tony Kelly. Tony has the ball and he delivers it down looking for Killian Brennan. Killian and Conor Cleary clash for the ball. Conor is the man in possession. Conor breaking forward. He looks for Cahill Darcy. Cahill has it now on midfield. He went to lob the ball in. Pierce Lillis got a little block in it. Nobody knew for a second where the ball has travelled to, but it's in the hands of Pierce Lillis now, and Pierce just puts the ball in over his shoulder, delivers it in front of Marty. Marty O'Leary comes out. He gathers the ball first time. He puts it up in the air. The ball is more than likely going to just hang there as far as Sean Ryan. He catches it on his goal line, and Sean is going to deliver that long ball all the way down here looking for Dara Keane, but back goes Angus, and James Murphy is there. James gets down over the ball. James takes a shoulder from Aaron Maloney. Out over the sideline goes James, and now it's an opportunity for Derek Keane. He places the ball down, but Rory McGann asks him just to slow down while James Murphy picks himself up off the ground and makes sure that everything is safe. And now Kilmaley getting ready with two different subs are coming on. So we have number 25, which is Sean Kennedy, and number 23, which is Aidan Kennedy, both coming as that cut went 118 to 113 is the score now as we look at it. And we have 26 minutes 12 seconds played as we say Kilmaley getting on. Both men, both forwards, both known for pace and hands, so I think Kilmaley are looking for the opportunity now to possibly get that ball in around the house. They might feel that they need a goal if they're going to come out of this with a victory. Padraig McNamara delivers the ball in. He delivers it in front of the Kilmaley full forward line. Paul Flanagan got a flick on the ball, but the referee Rory McGann judges that he pushed him on the back, and in now, as we say, in goes number 25, which is Sean Kennedy. Sean Kennedy is gone in instead of Cathal Darcy in the middle of the field, and number 23, which is Joe Carmody. Joe is making his way now all the way in. Joe will be known as an inside forward, and Joe makes his way into the full forward line indeed, and we just watch as Kilmaley make their latest substitute of the day. So off the Kilmaley team now appears to be Mikey O'Neill appears to be coming off the Kilmaley team at the moment. So yes, indeed it is. Mikey is making his way towards the sideline as Keane Maloney takes his opportunity and he puts it over the bar. And now we're back to 4 points again. 118 for ballyea, we're 114 for Kilmaley, and we have 27.5 minutes played here on the clock. Oisin Hennessy with the ball in his hand. Oisin steps back. He's going to deliver that long ball down on top of Tony Kelly. It's going to drop just outside midfield. As it does, Tony goes up, but James Maguire bats the ball down, but it breaks only as far as that man Kelly again. Tony plays that low ball in front of Marty O'Leary. Aidan McGuan comes out in front though, and Aidan gathers possession. Aidan plays it now as far as his cornerback, which is Tommy Barry, delivers it in long, and inside it goes, and the ball just bounces in over the head of Keane Maloney, and it bounces wide. Oh, Kilmaley throwing everything they have now into these last few minutes. 4 points behind they are at the moment. Wind at their back, but we've 28 minutes 15 played. So we're probably down to the last 4 or 5 minutes, depending on what Rory McGann decides to add on. As the puck out comes, long puck out all the way over to the far side of the field. Niall Deasy was the man that was under it, but it only broke as far as Kenneth Kennedy. Kenneth pulls on the ball and he gives it in as far as Joe Carmody, but the ball breaks here inside for Pierce Lillis. Pierce tried to gather it, he didn't, but Brandon O'Connell is the man breaking out. Brandon playing the ball now as far as Killian Brennan gets through the tackle of Brian Cahill. Advantage being played. Killian lost possession, so we're going to come back for that free taking opportunity, and ballyea are going to get an opportunity now just to kill the clock again for a few more seconds. At 118 to 114, we're just heading towards the 29th minute of this second half, and this scoring opportunity, putting it out to 5, this could be the difference between ballyea being in the hat on Monday night and Kilmaley having an opportunity to push themselves into the semi-final spot. So Niall Deasy just stands back, settles himself over the ball. He's about 55 metres out from goal at the moment. He's about 7 or 8 metres in off the sideline on the far side of the field as we look at it. The ball is travelling in, but umpires look at it. Indeed, it's gone wide at the near post, and the score remains as it was, 118 to 114, as Rory McGann now is making his way down to the far side of the field as if something has been brought to his attention, but no, he just wanted he didn't want any quick puck out till he got back in situ. So here we go again now through Sean Ryan with the puck out. Sean delivers that ball down on top of the stand side of the field. Out underneath it goes, and Aaron Maloney was the man coming for it, but it breaks behind to Jack Brown, and Jack delivers the ball over his coach's head. Barry Coffey, the coach in question that was on the field, but it's found there by Aaron Griffin with the ball in his hand, still running in. Conor Cleary gets him with a tackle, and Aaron lays it off now as far as Brandon O'Connell. Brandon with possession shortens the grip, he gives it as far as Killian Brennan. He's taken on the heart of the Kilmaley defence. Brian Cahill comes in with a heavy challenge straight across the hands of Killian Brennan as we looked at it. And again, with 30.5 minutes to go, it's an opportunity now for ballyea through what looks to be Tony Kelly this time to extend their lead out to 118 to 114 at the moment is the score. And it's going to be Tony that puts the ball down here now at the moment as we look at it. So Niall Deasy, who's missed his last two, obviously decided that this one was more suited to Tony, and Tony places the ball down. He takes his customary 2 steps back from the ball. Now he's going to walk in. He's going to settle himself down over the ball, and off his left hand side as we watch it now, Tony is going to hope to put the ball between the posts and extend the ballyea lead out to 5. 31 minutes 10 seconds on the clock. There's the strike from Tony, no question of the result whatsoever, straight over the black spot, and that does indeed increase their margin to 5, 119 to 114. 31.5 minutes played. The ball goes as far as Joe Carmody. Joe gathers possession over there. He comes back inside. He's looking to get that ball over across. He's still carrying it. In he comes inside the 21, where he catches the ball for a third time as he does so. And this is going to take the sting right out of that challenge which Kilmaley had as they made their way in. And it's going to take 31 minutes 45 seconds, so we'll probably be gone over the 32 minutes even by the time that Jack Brown decides to strike this ball. And Jack will be hoping just at this stage just to control the last minute or so of the game. They're 5 points up. As long as they don't concede a goal, it'll be ballyea and 6 Mile Bridge in the hat on Tuesday night to be joined by the winners of Aine Kilnamona and O'Callaghan's Mills tomorrow. And as well as that, then there'll be one more quarter final to be played in due course. So ball thrown away there by Niall Deasy, which is even going to delay that down even a small bit more. So Sean Ryan gets a ball out of his goal mouth. He hits it down there as far as Conor Cleary, and Conor is going to have to place the ball down with 32.5 minutes played, 5 points behind. So Conor tries to find a correct spot to put it, and we'll watch now as Conor cuts it down into the half forward line for the Kilmaley, and out comes Joe Carmody, but the ball is going to break. It's going to ricochet over towards Cian Maloney, but it's Paul Flanagan who gets that little touch on it. Paul carrying the ball out. He finds Gary Brennan now coming forward. Brian Cahill, that man who's trying to put in the tackle, but Gary is still going inside the 65. Gary lays it off to Paul Flanagan, and back we're going to come lay a tackle on Gary Brennan as he passed it off, and that's going to give Tony Kelly an opportunity again to extend the lead with 33 minutes 10 seconds played. And now we can take it. It is going to definitely be ballyea's name that'll be in the hat on Monday night's draw for the semi-final. So Tony Kelly is going to settle himself down here, and he has this opportunity now to put the ball straight over the bar. Referee Rory McGann not happy with the distance that James Maguire is away from the ball, so he asks him to come back another small bit. And Tony now standing over the ball. Here he goes. He just takes a little step back, lines himself up at the goalposts, and we'll watch and wait and see as Kilmaley call it wide, but Tony splits the post straight over the black spot. No question about it. White flag is raised, and we're out to a 6 point margin. 120 for ballyea, 114 for Kilmaley. 33 minutes, just 34 minutes on the clock now as we speak, and Jack Brown gathers the ball on his own 21. He comes out as far as the edge of the D, but that tackle, he loses the ball. Cian Maloney has possession. Cian is going in. He tries to find Derek Keane. Derek Keane shortens the grip, and Oisin Hennessy pulls off a great save on the sideline. And as Peter Casey tries to carry the ball out, he's adjudged to have been held up, and an opportunity now for Oisin Hennessy to put the ball down. As we say, 24 and nearly a half minutes played on the clock, 120 to 114. I think it's only a matter now of when referee Rory McGann decides to confirm for us the result of this game. As we say, 6 points in it, and we're just gone over the 4.5 minute mark. Ball breaks down. Pierce Lillis gathers the ball. Tony Kelly running off his shoulder, but it goes as far as Aaron McGuan, and now Rory McGuan says enough is enough. That is the result of the second of the Clare Senior Hurling Championship quarter-finals. ballyea 120, Kilmaley 114. ballyea march on, and they'll join 6 Mile Bridge in the hat for the semi-final draw on Monday evening.
Hi, this is Shirley here from Blossoms on the Go. I would just like to wish all the lads the best of luck with the championships this year, and hope they get on brilliant. Best of luck. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30. Just to let you know, here in Hermitage in Ennis, call us, check out our Facebook page for any contact.
Turn the receiver on.
Don, I can hear you.
1 2 1 2. Hear me lounge here. Alright, grand, so I'll head back up to you. Want to talk some more? Alright.